Africa's digital economy is no longer a future prospect. It is a present-day powerhouse.
We have the youngest population in the world, and this youthful energy has become the perfect recipe for a tech revolution.
From the fintech giants of Nigeria to the burgeoning tech ecosystems in Ghana and Rwanda, connectivity is the lifeblood of business growth and a primary driver of GDP.
A report by Google and the International Finance Corporation estimates that Africa's internet economy has a potential to add about 5.2% to the continent's GDP.
But what happens when that lifeblood is cut off? In recent years, internet shutdowns have cost sub-Saharan Africa billions in lost economic activity. For global investors, these blackouts aren't just social issues, they are systemic risks to market stability. Today, we look at why these shutdowns happen, their global context, and why the fight for digital human rights is the next great frontier for African business. Shutdowns are rarely technical accidents. They are deliberate policy tools. In countries like Tanzania or Kenya, we've seen authorities order service providers to pull the plug, often citing national security concerns or the need to manage the flow of information during sensitive periods such as national elections. It works like this. Governments issue direct orders to telecommunications companies. Under local licensing laws, providers often face an impossible choice: comply or lose their right to operate entirely. In some countries, these disruptions have silenced digital platforms at critical moments, freezing mobile money transactions and halting the flow of international trade and logistics.
Yes, the lack of communication does have an impact because we are families. There are families on the other side, so we still need to stay in touch to find out what was going on over there.
While Africa often makes the headlines, digital repression is a global trend. This isn't an African problem. It's a global governance challenge that affects market predictability worldwide. In Asia, countries like Vietnam and India have implemented regional bans on messaging apps or total blackouts during administrative shifts. In Europe, even established markets are navigating these waters. Albania recently implemented a long-term ban on TikTok following safety and data concerns, and Turkey frequently restricts social media access during periods of national crisis.
One of the dangers of the ban is that it may interfere with what we call digital rights and freedom of expression. This also creates a dangerous precedent that at any moment governments can close different platforms.
This highlights a universal truth. In the 21st century, the tension between state control and digital freedom is a global debate, impacting investment portfolios from London to Hong Kong. This brings us to digital human rights. Access to the internet is now recognized by the UN as an essential right. In the context of business, it is a prerequisite for a stable, modern economy. Major regional operators, including giants like MTN, Vodacom, Airtel and Orange, are at the heart of this struggle. As Pan-African leaders operating in markets from South Africa and Zambia to Ivory Coast and beyond, these mobile network operators, MNOs, are increasingly finding their voice. Through the Keep It On movement and the Global Network Initiative, many of these providers are moving toward a policy of radical transparency. By publishing annual transparency reports and adhering to UN guiding principles on human rights, these companies are shifting from being passive utilities to becoming active guardians of digital infrastructure. They are increasingly challenging shutdown orders in court, or at the very least, documenting them to provide the market with the data it needs. For an investor looking at Botswana or Benin, a network provider that advocates for uptime isn't just protecting speech, they are protecting the fundamental infrastructure required for a digital ROI. Despite these hurdles, the trend is moving toward transparency. Organizations like the African Commission on Human and People's Rights are now formally condemning shutdowns. From Zambia to South Africa, New legal frameworks are being tested to ensure that the internet remains an open, predictable marketplace. Africa's digital resilience is its greatest asset. The more we treat connectivity as a fundamental right, the more secure the investment landscape becomes. The pulse of the continent is stronger than any off switch. The future of the continent depends on keeping the lines open. Let's keep the conversation going.